Imagine a place where fear seeps into everyday life, where the mail doesn't bring good news but chilling threats. This is the story of Circleville, Ohio, a town held captive by an anonymous writer. For years, the residents lived under a shadow of fear. The source? The Circleville Letters. These weren't your average hate mail. They were poison pen letters taken to the extreme, filled with threats of violence, accusations of infidelity, and intimate knowledge of people's lives. The letters terrorized an entire town. They destroyed families and even led to a tragic death. The mystery of the Circleville Letters has haunted investigators and armchair detectives for decades. Who was behind this campaign of fear? Was it one person or a conspiracy? We'll delve into the heart of this mystery. We'll explore the letters, the victims, the suspects, and the theories. Get ready for a journey into the darkest corners of a small town. Buckle up. This is Circleville. Circleville, Ohio. A town that conjures images of quaint Midwestern life. Its name comes from its unusual circular town square, a remnant of its Native American history. Life here was simple, built around farming and community. Neighbors knew each other. Kids played together. There was a rhythm to life, a sense of peace that seemed unshakable. But under the surface, secrets simmered, resentments festered, and someone was about to exploit them. The Circleville Letters didn't just emerge from a vacuum, they were fueled by the hidden tensions of a small town. To understand the letters, we need to understand the town. It began in 1976. With a whisper of fear in the mailbox. Mary Gillespie, a school bus driver, received the first letter. It accused her of having an affair. The letter writer claimed to be watching her, knew her routines. Mary brushed it off at first, but the letters persisted, growing more threatening. Then others started receiving them. Local businesses, the school board, even the town's sheriff. The letters were always typewritten, signed with a crude circle. The content was vicious, spreading rumors, making threats, and exposing secrets. The town was thrown into turmoil. Who was behind this, and what did they want? Section 4. Escalation, terror on the road. The letters weren't just cruel words on paper. The writer began to act on their threats. In 1977, Mary Gillespie's husband, Ron, received a letter accusing him of the same affair. Enraged, he grabbed his gun and drove to the address on the letter. He confronted the person he believed to be the writer, but things went tragically wrong. Shots were fired. Ron Gillespie lay dead. The town was in shock. The letters had escalated from harassment to murder. Fear gripped Circleville. Was anyone safe? The pressure on law enforcement mounted. They had to find the person responsible. The letters, however, continued. They taunted the police, claiming they would never catch the writer. Section 5. A tangled web. The investigation. The Circleville Letters case became a tangled web of suspicion, dead ends, and frustration. Handwriting analysis proved inconclusive. The typewritten letters offered few clues. The police followed every lead, interviewed countless people, but the writer remained elusive. The letters continued, taunting the investigators, seemingly always one step ahead. The case went cold, then heated up again with a new wave of letters. Years passed. The town lived under a cloud of fear and suspicion. Who was the puppet master pulling the strings? Section 6. Paul Freshour, Fall Guy or Mastermind. In 1983, there was a break in the case. Paul Freshour, a local man, was arrested. Freshour had a history of conflict with Mary Gillespie. He had also allegedly made threats against her new husband. The police believed they finally had their man. Freshour, however, maintained his innocence. He claimed he was being framed. The trial was a media sensation. The prosecution presented handwriting samples and circumstantial evidence. The defense argued that the evidence was weak, that Freshour was a scapegoat. The jury ultimately found Freshour guilty of attempted murder in a separate incident, but not for the letters or Ron Gillespie's death.